Guys, I am about to do my last show with Jill Hopkins on Vocalo. It's not my last time on Vocalo, but Jill Hopkins is moving on to greener pastures, bigger things, and I'm not sure how this is going to work, but hopefully I'll be able to have her on speaker when I'm talking to her, and I'll be on in about 11 minutes. But since I'm about to do my last bit with Jill, she thinks that all I'm going to talk about are movies. Not, I'm going to talk about Jill. I think, and then after that, I think I'm going to talk a little bit more about Jill, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit more about Jill. I'll try to squeeze some movie stuff in there, of course. I hope you guys had a chance to watch the Real Critic Roundtable earlier this morning. I had my good friends KB on, as well as Katia Woods, and we talked a number of things about some movies and some television shows. What I'm going to try to do is peek into Jill's show right now, but hopefully not make.
Yo, it's LA Van Geo. Don't forget the GH.
Yo, this is Joey Pert.
Not make it too loud.
Turn up. Music.
I am hoping that I can get my boy, and I'm gonna see if I could do this. I'm hoping I can get Matt Fagerholm to join. And so with that, I am going to go over here on my other computer and see if I can entice Matt Fagerholm on Facebook to come on and join me. Now, I don't need to broadcast this, but it's Jill Hopkins, y'all. I can't even remember how long we've been on the air together, but I want to tell you, it has been a lot of fun. And in fact, I'm on now. So I'm going to tag a few people. Let me tag Jill. At Jill Hopkins, if I can find the at Matt Fagerholm, at Jill Hopkins, and at Vocalo. All right. So I'm gonna send that out to them, and maybe Matt might join me, and I hope Matt calls in. Again, this is Jill Hopkins' last day as the host on Vocalo Radio, and just want to pay homage to her, talk a little bit about films. We'll do that, and wish her well as she moves forward. And I'm hoping that Matt Fagerholm is somewhere in the vicinity, and he just got my message. I want to thank you guys for supporting Jill on Vocalo for all this time. I'll be moving to the mornings on Fridays, but I'll keep you guys posted. I'll move to the mornings with Biko, and we got a lot of good things happening. And I'm looking forward to that as well. But I'm gonna miss my friend. My friend is going to move on to other stuff. Let's see who do I have over here. So I see I'm really trying to coax Matt Fagerholm to jump in on my segment, because Matt Fagerholm and we would frequently be on air, and we would talk to Jill about movies. And Matt would bring a real interesting perspective, because firstly, he would see films that I was like, what was that film? He really watched a lot of independent film. Now, while I'm talking to you guys, I'm supposed to be calling in, right? And I have 5 minutes before I call in, but I forgot what the number is. So I have to. I haven't called in so long uh, because of the pandemic. Let's see, one. So I have my number locked in, and I'm ready to give a call to Jill on this. I see Jessica is in the house. So Jessica, you had a birthday. Uh, at least the family called in and they weighed in to wish you happy birthday. Uh, I wonder if you went and saw any movies. Thanks a lot for the compliment. I really appreciate it. Your cousin Bobby is getting on my last nerve. But anyway, back to the show. I love it when my niece jumps on. Uh, she should be working. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. um, Again, this is Jill Hopkins' last day at Vocalo Radio. I've been on with her for a while, and I can't even remember how many years. And I really appreciate her professionalism, her knowledge, her comments, her insight, and her friendship. So I am hoping that uh, we have a great little show here to kind of send her off. She's had a, uh, she's had all the people on that she normally has on a regular basis, and we're closing down to the end of her show. Now, Jessica says that she hasn't seen anything new. That means she's been in the house, but she could be streaming stuff. So, I mean, what's she doing? She says she's working from home because of snowing, and I'm not really sure that the kind of snow that they get is worthy of, of call it working from home. But that's just me. Hopefully we'll see her in Chicago sometime soon. Um, it's always nice. It's always nice to see family. Well, the movie out this week is the movie Scream. I'll be talking to um, I'll be talking to Jill about the movie Scream, and hopefully I'll keep you'll be able to hear it all. I'll put this up to the mic and hopefully you can hear Jill and hear me at the same time. If not, Jessica said I've been watching Euphoria and Just Like That on HBO Max. Okay, hey, that means she has been checking out some things. Here we go. Well, no, I have 2 minutes before I start, but I wanted to get on first and let you guys know what was going on. You're like, well, why is Reggie on the phone? But he's also on. He's also on live because I'm just trying to pay homage to my friend Jill Hopkins. You can see me act silly and again, just wish her well. I know you can see in the back it says Vocalo, Jill Hopkins, and Reggie Ponder. Hey, that's a good mix. That was a good mix, and I really, really appreciate her a lot. So here we go. Now I still have a minute before I call in, so I'll call in just a sec. And again, hopefully you'll be able to hear. You'll be able to hear Jill, and hopefully without any feedback as well. So here's hoping. I haven't done this in a while, trying to play, phone tag, play the phone while I'm actually on air. But we're gonna try to make this work and have a lot of fun. All righty. I have 1 minute to call in. Here we go. Calling in to Jill Hopkins.
Hi, you've reached the Vocalo hotline at 8-635-1112. To speak live on the air, press 1. To leave a message, press 2. Thank you for...
Here we go, y'all. They don't want to answer. It's Reggie Ponder. Reggie.
Hey, hold on. Let me put you on the air.
All right. I'm going on the air.
Hey, everybody! It's Jill Afternoons on Vocalo. Sorry, I'm running the whole shit myself here. The phone's ringing off the hook. I want to play you a blast from the past to get us ready for our next segment. Give me 1 second. Reggie loves him through and through, from the hottest to the lukewarm. He is a man to criticize. He is our movie liaison. Drama, comedy, or action, he has got just what you need. Let's all give standing ovation, the real critic that we need. Real love. Reggie Ponder's got that real love. Someone to raise these movies, real love. Reggie Ponder's got that real love. Reggie Ponder on the morning air. He's the real thing. Oh my God! I had so much fun making that absurd promo, and I really just enjoy it so much. Y'all, joining me on the line is Reggie Ponder, the real critic, and special guest Matt Fagerholm, both on the line with me. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey.
Hey, so good to be here. Oh my goodness, this feels like old times. Reggie, of course, joins us every Friday as our senior film correspondent, and Matt Fagerholm is also one of our great correspondents, and I've had so many good times with the two of them over the years. How are you both doing? Reggie, how are you?
I am doing good. I am so glad that you got Matt Fagerholm on the line. I am simulcasting on Twitter, YouTube to make sure that I wanted Matt Fagerholm in the house, and he's here. So I'm fantastic.
Matt, thank you for joining us. It's been a minute. How are you doing, you newly engaged man? You?
I really couldn't be happier, and really so many of my most cherished memories over the past decade has been on this show, and with you hosting and just bringing such an array of sunshine and light and energy to my groggy early morning self coming into the studio, and then here's Jill with that big hug, and I've just really you brought such great memories to Reggie and I feel like you guys are like family. You're like my radio family.
Oh,
I love you to bits.
The feeling is definitely mutual. Now, Reggie sent me a message today that I have not heard per very explicit instructions given to me by Ayana Contreras. She said, Reggie sent you something, and he doesn't want you to listen to it before you air it. So we're all going to listen to it together. Reggie, you better not be dropping any F-bombs in here.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, y'all, just another sad Ponder production, Have you ever met a girl that you tried to hate because she never made good on that movie date? Let me tell you a story of my situation when I started to review on this radio station. The way I met her is at a production meeting. I loved her way and her nonchalant greeting. But on the show, when I was talking film, she was always thinking, how can I replace him? Brought on other reviewers to test my stuff, and I never really felt like I was enough. But then one day, I did nothing wrong. She went into the studio and created my theme song. So I went to the Metro to be on air. Couldn't find this girl anywhere, but she was on the mic doing a deaf interview. I waited for my moment to make it a two. Oh, Jill, you got what I need. And I say I am a friend, and I hope I am your friend. Oh, Jill, you got what we need. A mic and a pen, and we love being your friend. Oh, Jill, you got what we need. And this is not the end. Oh, no. Well, this is not the end. Oh, Jill, you.
Oh, my God. Reggie Ponder. Who knew knew you had bars like this.
Oh, you are killing me.
Genius.
Oh my God, that was the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Reggie Ponder. Oh my gosh, you are. I'm like, I can't tell if these tears are from the laughter. I'm gonna miss doing this so much. Oh my gosh, that was completely worth keeping under my hat for the whole show so far. Oh my God, Reggie.
Look, you made my theme song, and then you played it today too.
I had to. I feel like I should re-record it with some auto-tune. That vocal was rough.
Well, so was mine, by the way, but it was fun.
You know, I've had some of my favorite moments in the studio with the two of you, talking about movies and television, and just fostering this relationship with y'all. It's been just such a joy. It's been such a joy. And honestly, the two of you, like, over the years, have rekindled my love of film. I had dropped off for a while, but you two were just so passionate and so knowledgeable that I fell back in love with it. So thank you for that.
Well, that's Matt brings.
I think we should get an album with Reggie's song on it, along with my song review of Beauty and the Beast as Angela Lansbury. I think that'd be fantastic.
I hope that still exists somewhere on this computer.
Now that was.
I think I got it somewhere still, but I mean that's indicative of the sense of play on the show. You guys were so open to just spontaneity, and it made each day such a pleasure being on there.
It's been such a great 8+ years with you guys. I really, really, really can't overstate how much fun I've had doing this job. And Fridays, of course, been my favorite day on Vocalo since forever. I started, working here because I was a correspondent myself on Fridays, coming in to talk to Molly and Brian about pop culture. And yeah, it has always been this day. We hold space for joy, and we hold space for play and glee. And you two have been a huge part of that.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Jill.
The spirit alive that Molly and Brian fostered, and I think the reason why Brian and Molly kept having me on was I was just as angry at the blind side of the house that as angry as Brian was, and it was just the chemistry started from there, and you really kept that spirit alive of wonderful discourse and just a great local voice in the city.
So for sure, Jill, and I we're definitely gonna miss you on the air. If I may, I do have a couple of quick questions for you. Seeing this your last day with me. So
well, our last day together on Vocalo.
That's right. That's right. But so I have a few quick movie questions for you.
Yeah.
All right. It's rapid fire, and here we go.
Okay.
Favorite movie.
My favorite movie is The Jerk.
Favorite.
Steve Martin's The Jerk.
Favorite scary movie.
Favorite scary movie? What was it? A Cabin in the Woods.
Favorite male actor.
Denzel Washington.
Favorite female actor.
Regina King.
Favorite food to eat at the movies.
Nachos, extra cheese, jalapenos.
Favorite movie companion that's not your husband.
My favorite movie companion that's not my husband, my friend Amy Gervis. I will always remember the time that we saw Burlesque in the theater together. I'm cracking up just thinking about it. For some reason, it was closed captioned on the bottom. I don't know what screening we walked into, but that was one of my favorite movie-going experiences. Also, Magic Mike was a fun time.
And favorite 2 movie critics in Chicago.
Oh, my favorite movie critics in Chicago was clearly Reggie Ponder and Matt Fager.
There we go. I'm done. Thank you, Jill.
I like
Have you
that.
seen Tragedy of Macbeth? Have you seen this? That's probably the best horror film I've seen this year. It's amazing.
Let me check my that's the queue. I haven't. I love that.
Denzel Washington doing Shakespeare is amazing.
Oh, that's right. that's why he's been on all the shows and all the everything. I love Denzel. I'm so mad at Ellen Pompeo still for giving him lip.
You just can't get better than him.
You really can't. You really can't. He's the gold standard. Reggie, what should I see in the theaters this weekend? I got a 3-day weekend.
All right, so you got a 3-day weekend. If you like the movie Scream, I mean the franchise Scream, I think that this does that franchise justice. I don't like scary movies. I don't like slasher movies. But if you like these types of movies, I think they did a good job with this one. And let me tell you why. The first is that they got 3 of the original characters back. The second is they tie it to the original movie. And then the third is that they make fun of themselves, of the whole anatomy of a slasher movie. A lot of it doesn't make sense. There's people who you think should be dead and they're not dead. There's people who are stabbed and they don't look stabbed. It is funny, it is clever, and it's a good time. I liked it, even though I don't like these type of movies. I think you should, if you like Scream, I think you'll get maybe a laugh more than a scream.
Also, is this the 5th Scream film?
This is the 5th, and I think it's obviously the ones in the middle. I think you go from the first one to this one, because the ones in the middle, whatever. But anyway.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the first. I don't think I've seen the first 4, but I did see the first 2 in the theater when they came out. And that first one was game changing, I think, to the genre. It was an incredible time in the theater. Like that was it was pre-smartphone times, pre-Netflix times. You had to go to the movies if you wanted to see it right away. And it was such a great experience to be in the same room with a full, you got to see a scary movie in a room full of scared people. It's not the same otherwise.
You do. The problem is these days.
I haven't seen the new Scream, but I hear it's a takedown of toxic fandom as well, which I'm definitely all for. And I think they even make fun of like art house horror films like I do. I think there's the guy tried to ask about Nightmare on Elm Street. The girl's like, what about Hereditary? And what about all the great indie horror that's out there? So it definitely seems like a film that's up my alley.
Yeah, they do that. They absolutely do that, and they really make fun of the whole anatomy of slasher films, and they bring in this whole issue of elevated slasher films and make fun of that as well. So I think they do a good job with it. Absolutely. I mean, like I said, some people should be killed and not, and then there's some people who aren't killed and should be. So they do a good job.
I feel like that's just a good general sentence about the world, just in general.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny, Jill. Very, very quick. That's really good. So
that's why they kept me here for 8.5 years.
and so that's the big movie that's out this week. And I'm not really into running to the theaters these days, to tell the truth. And I will tell you, I know Matt isn't either, because I don't even see him at screenings these days. But if you're going to go into the theater, this maybe you can catch an early movie with a couple of friends and the place is not packed. This would be a fun movie to do so with.
Oh, I can't wait. I really do want to see this. I love the Scream franchise. I also love that, like, David Arquette is so in for a penny, in for a pound. Like, he is very much into this. Like, you couldn't get rid of David Arquette in these films if you wanted to. I love that for him. That whole family, I think, is very talented, and he's one of my favorite just kind of Hollywood goofballs, for sure.
And what's really
they're lovable movies, and I think that's kind of the part of the charm. You want to see at least like the core 3, Arquette and Cox and Nev Campbell still make it. So hopefully they will. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Reggie, I'm sorry. What were you about to say?
I'm really glad what Matt just said. Actually, is that who knows who survives and who doesn't survive. So hopefully they will, and hopefully they won't. the whole premise of this is that somebody's behind the mask of the ghost face mask. There are the ghost face killer, and you have to figure out within that cohort of people who the ghost face killer is. And I think it's kind of fun to try to do it. It's a who done it while they're doing it.
I love this. I love it. I love it. Okay.
Here's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be Jamie Lee Curtis in The Mask, trying to kill off the horror revival movie competition. That would be perfect.
Now that would be funny.
Okay. Somebody write that movie. Somebody write it. Gentlemen, it has been such a pleasure over these past 8 years to spend time with you every week and to have gotten two great friends out of the deal. I'm going to miss you guys, but I'm going to make it my beeswax to make sure that we have these times again together in some capacity.
That sounds great, because you got what I need.
When the Omarion is over, we're all going to go see the next Black Panther film together.
Yes, that'd be fabulous.
You cannot bring the dog, Jill. The dog can't come.
I'll leave him at home. Reggie Ponder, the Real Critic, Matt Fagerholm, where can people find you so that they can get their movie news when they need it?
Well, you can find me on all social media at The Real Critic, except Facebook. You can find me there as Reggie the Real Critic, and you can go to my website at reggieponder.com.
How about you, Matt?
You can find me at rogerriver.com and indie-outlook.com.
Awesome. I love you both so much. I'm going to play you some songs. Right now, I'm actually going to play a song from Ghostface Killer. This is Daytona 500 on Jill Afternoons. I love you guys.
Love you. Bye. So, y'all just sat through maybe painful moment, just listen to me talk to Jill, but it was really so much fun to be able to do so, just to have a moment to kind of wish her off well to our new endeavors. Still, hopefully you guys will still check us out on vocalo.org. That's 91.1 FM in Chicago. If you're in the Chicago area, you can also get the Vocalo app and you can listen to me. I'll be moving from afternoons with Jill to mornings, but I'll keep you guys all posted on that. Again, the movie this week is Scream, and I think that it'll be a good movie for you to go see with your friends. Unfortunately, you cannot stream it yet because it's only in the theater. So the question is this one that you're willing to risk, possibly getting sick for? So I would just say, if you're going to go, try to pick times, those off-hour times to go and check out the film and enjoy yourself with your friends. With that, I don't see anything in the chat. I am going to get off and start my weekend. Oh, but you know what? Before I start my weekend, I will say that it is Martin Luther King Day on Monday. And what I would want to encourage people to do is to learn more about Martin Luther King than the "I Have a Dream" speech. A lot of times we just kind of boil Martin Luther King down to that speech, "I have a dream." And then sometimes we only boil him down to the, a quote here or there, not even the speech. And he was much, much more than the "I Have a Dream" speech. I'd encourage you to watch the movie Boycott, which stars Jeffrey Wright. It'll give you a sense of him as part of the Montgomery bus boycott. Also, you can watch the movie Selma, which will give you a sense of him as they had 3 marches from Selma to Montgomery, and they were fighting for voting rights. There's also a slew of documentaries that give you even more accurate detail on who he was and the man, and I totally would recommend those. There's one out called MLK FBI, and it really shows how the government surveilled Martin Luther King and watched his every move. So I would say just take a moment during your celebration, your honoring of him, and learn a little bit more about Martin Luther King beyond I Have a Dream. I'm Reggie Ponder, the Real Critic. I appreciate you guys and see you guys next time.